Is yours. We have Ali from the UK. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu rahmatullah. How are you, brother Ali? Inshallah, you well?
Alhamdulillah. Welcome, dear brother.
Oh, that's very good. So, yeah, brother Al-Habib, I wanted to, of course, share my opinion about this trailer as well, and then proceed in asking you a question about it as well and your thought. So, so when the trailer came out, it was honestly, I couldn't really believe it. I watched it was. Each time I watch it as well, it breaks my heart. I always shed tears because how long have we waited for such a thing to happen? It's amazing because, like you mentioned before as well, seeing the reaction of, for example, many non-Muslims about this trailer opens your eye how great this lady is that we have in our lives. So the other thing that I wanted to ask you about as well, because of these reactions that we get from many people that watch the trailer, shouldn't we, I don't know what you think about it as well, but maybe point them towards the right literature so they can read about the Lady of Heaven, just because, of course, they might be confused to where to actually look and do their research. Maybe we could simplify it for them. I don't know what your thoughts is about that, dear brother Ali, just because, like I said, when I always watch the trailer and other people's reactions, they get so surprised and astonished of why this was kept silent for 1,400 years. And then they say, you know what, I will actually look into this, who this lady is. And then I think in the back of my mind, will they know where to look? Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put some sort of guidance in their hearts so they look at the right place. But
of course,
dear brother Ali Habib, I just wanted to sort of know your opinion about that as well.
Inshallah, I will answer inshallah. But I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When you first saw this film, the first initial reaction, how did you feel?
To be honest, I'll be very honest, Ali Al-Habib, I started crying because
I'm sure many.
That was my first reaction. I cried because sorry. I cried because you could see the scenes of the Lady of Light, and you could see the Muslimiyah of how much the Ahlul Bayt was mistreated by these zalims. Yeah. So seeing all these scenes, honestly, it broke me into pieces, because when we sit in the majalis and listen to the tragedy of the Ahlul Bayt is one thing, but when you're actually seeing it in picture, it's a different scenario altogether. It's you see how these holy characters are being mistreated. What have they done to be treated like that by the Muslims once the Prophet has passed away? So yeah, that literally broke me into pieces, Ali and Habib. That was my initial reaction to it. Then I just kept returning back to it just to analyze the scenes a bit more. But yeah, that was my initial reaction. My heart broke into pieces, brother.
Many, dear brother, have had the same experience. I myself, upon watching the trailer for the first time, we can't help but break down into tears.
Yeah, that's so true. That's very true, brother. It's
especially with the background behind the film, also the series of events that occurred. This film has a story, has a very interesting story. I mean, the making of this film and the events that occurred, the obstacles that came in our way to try to stop this film from happening. Upon seeing the trailer, one can't help but break down into tears. And indeed, upon watching the film, dear brother, I'm not sure. I believe, and I am sure that the person who watches this film will not be able to sleep his night after watching this film. His mind shall be occupied with the story. I am sure of this. May Allah bless you, dear brother Ali.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you very much for your call.
You're very welcome. And
May Allah
inshallah,
bless you,
be looking forward to the next show, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you very much for
May Allah
accepting the
bless
call.
you. May Allah bless you abundantly, inshallah. Brother Ali had a very powerful message to say in this call. Indeed, millions, hundreds of thousands around the world shared with him this experience. It is truly a time where words can't express the profundity of the meaning behind this film and behind this instance. And to answer the brother's question, he asked that those individuals whom are watching, who are reacting to the trailer, how are we able to express or lead them to their right research? I assure him and assure the brothers whom also are asking about this, these questions or this similar like questions, with the production or with the launch of this film, or hopefully prior to that, there will be a work, inshallah, published by the Rafida Foundation, giving to the people who have questions regarding the authenticity of the incident and of the events covered with regards to the attack on the Lady of Heaven, giving them the opportunity to read themselves this work and read themselves the sources so that they may find clarity. We will put our best, inshallah, to answer all questions related to the story of this film. A work will be published inshallah in the next couple months, and a series will be recorded. A series of over maybe 40 episodes will be recorded covering the events from the event of Ghadir till the event of the death of the Lady of Heaven, answering all misconceptions, answering all doubts, which inshallah the questioner will find clarity in, inshallah. We have another caller.